Kanto is a layer 1 blockchain built with Cosmos SDK, and it's based on some really cool fundamentals that access to DeFi and all the basic infrastructure in DeFi should be open. And everything is here. So this video is about how to get started with Kanto. I already did a general review about Kanto. So in this video, you learn how to bridge assets to Kanto, how to start staking, how to do yield farming, and then how to buy NFTs on Kanto. So everything is here. Let's get started. The only thing you will need is MetaMask wallet connected to Ethereum with some assets on Ethereum like ETH or USDC to bridge that to Kanto. So let's get started. The very first step is actually starting with Kanto. So if you haven't connected, connect your wallet here up in the top corner. And then in order to start, you will have to generate your public key. And it's actually very easy. You just click sign one transaction and you will receive half of a Kanto token. That half a Kanto will allow you to actually bridge, pay for the gas for bridging, and then for swapping whatever you bridge into Kanto tokens, because you will need Kanto tokens on the Kanto mainnet in order to pay for gas. So let's start with bridging. I'm on Canto.io. The links will be down below in the description, and going into Canto.io/bridge. So first of all, on Ethereum, you will be able to choose one of the assets, and if you choose USDC or ETH, you'll be able to go here. So let me switch to Ethereum back, and let's go to Ethereum mainnet. So after switching, I can choose one of the tokens, and for example, I can go with USDC, sending like 100 USDC to Kanto, and then I'll be able to receive that on the EVM. But it takes 2 steps. So after you go with that thing and wait for a couple of minutes, you will have to click here and go from the bridge to EVM. So from the bridge to Kanto mainnet. So it's going in 2 steps because you actually send your Ethereum assets to the bridge and then sending from the bridge to Kanto directly. So here you will have to, again, switch to Kanto here. If it's your first time, you will add Kanto as a network. You can add Kanto as a network. And then here you choose the token that you bridged. It should appear here with the balance max, and then you bridge into the Kanto. And this is it. This is how you bridge the Kanto from Ethereum mainnet. As I've mentioned, it takes a couple of minutes. So after you confirm the first transaction, you will have to wait a couple of minutes here in order to be able to bridge that in. So once you have, for example, USDC on the Kanto mainnet, you need to go to Slingshot, app.slingshot.finance. Here you will be able to choose a bunch of networks, and among them you will have Kanto. So on Kanto you will be able to choose between a couple of coins. After you, for example, switch to USDC here and choose USDC, you'll be able to swap that for Kanto. And you should have enough of Kanto tokens from the 0.5 Kanto in order to pay for the gas. And once you do it, you will have more Kanto to pay for the gas. So you can change how much you want in order to play around, and then you can start playing around. So the thing you can do is, first of all, if you want to do some staking, then going to the main site of Kanto, you will be able to click on staking. This is the fundamental thing here, and this is the APR in general, 20% right now. You have to choose between a bunch of validators. So validators are the validators of the network, and they have commissions. So some of them take 5%, some of them take 10% or more. Generally, I would split or divide my stake onto a couple of top 5, top 10 validators to stay on the secure side. And then, because those are independent from Kanto, Kanto is run by the community and a bunch of developers. So always beware here, split your stake between a couple of validators. And here they are divided by how much they have already in, how much of the validator total. So 25 million validators, that's the biggest one. And if you want to stake, you just click simply here, enter the amount you want to stake. So for example, you want to stake 100,000 of your Kanto. And once you click, this will generate you more rewards. And this will then you will have to click on delegate, and that's it. If you want to unstake it, you undelegate it, and that will be it. So once you start staking, you will have the total stake here, you will have the list of validators here that you stake with, and you will have your rewards going live. You'll be able to claim rewards as well. So this is how you get started with staking. You can also do yield farming to get even more rewards. This is more, of course, this will be more risky. So going, for example, to LP interface, again, you will need, for example, the biggest opportunity right now is in Kanto Node. Node is a stable coin on Kanto. I think it's a semi-algorithmic stable coin where some of that is with collateral, some of that is with algorithm, and you basically are able to stake here. So in order to stake, you will have to enable both Kanto and Node, and then you'll be able to deposit. So, again, if you have no Node, then basically going back to Slingshot and going from USDC or Kanto to Node, you can choose that, swap that tokens into Node, go back into Kanto, and then here you can start LPing. Of course, remember about impermanent loss. So impermanent loss happens when one of the assets move quickly in one direction. So this is risky. If you've never done liquidity providing before, I wouldn't recommend it that much here, because it's definitely here risky. Kanto is very volatile right now as a token. Node is very stable on the other hand, so that might result in a lot of impermanent loss. On the other hand, you will get a lot of rewards. The APY for liquid providing is around 300% right now, and it's due to the fact that so many people are exchanging right now Kanto to Node and back. Same for the other pools. You can also might be interested in the pool of Node USDC and Node USDT. Those are stable coins. However, the rate for going to Node to USDC is 1.6 right now, which is not really favorable. So again, let's wait here for more liquidity coming to Kanto. So this is for liquidity providing and staking. You can also start lending if you want to supply your Kanto and then lend something else. The APR here is pretty low, so it's easy to really borrow if you want to something. So for example, take Kanto, borrow Node, and then start yield farming. You could also do that. Everything is integrated, as you can see, within Kanto. So you have Uniswap, Aave, Lido all in one integrated with Kanto, and that's the biggest value proposition here. And finally, you have governance. If you stake your Kanto, you can start participating and voting on various proposals, which is also great. So this is it when it comes to the basics of Kanto. Finally, if you want to dredge into some NFTs, you have the auto.build marketplace. This is one of the top NFT marketplaces. Of course, everything here is super new, so definitely be careful, but if you want to dredge into something, this is the place to go. And as you can see, Kanto longnecks are definitely on top of the chart with the biggest floor price by a lot, 6.5 thousand Kanto tokens. It's around 1 ETH, 1.5 ETH, so this is substantial amount of money. If we go into Kanto longnecks, this is one of the very first NFTs on the platform. You don't have a lot of them, and only 685 owners right now as we speak. The price is considerable, as you can see. This is the top collection right now on Kanto. You can go through a lot of collections. Most of them are much cheaper, so definitely you can find something if you want to ape into one of the NFT collections. So this is it. Bridge, use Slingshot, and then start staking. That's the easiest way. Yield farming is for more advanced. Buying NFTs is of course for degens and all the enjoyers of the art. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you use Kanto for, what you're building on Kanto. I'm happy to cover some of the apps in the ecosystem. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you want to watch more. Subscribe for more info on DeFi, NFTs, and crypto airdrops. See you in the next video.